Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Joe Biden has just been given the ultimate ultimatum. Folks, before we get started, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really do help us out and help us continue to grow. Also, if you're liking our work and you say, hey, how can I support these guys? There's very simple ways. On Facebook, you can send us a message with stars, and on YouTube, you can join our Patriots program for $1 a month by clicking the join button below this video. Also, if you want to learn more about this story, you can click on the link in the description or pin in the top of the comments, and it'll take you right to a story about what I'm about to tell you. So, apparently Joe Biden wants to play a dangerous and reckless game with your life, with your money, and with our economy and our credit. The Republicans have passed a bill that would raise the debt ceiling yet again. And Joe Biden's not budging. He says he will not negotiate with Republicans. He will not negotiate with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. He wants a clean bill passed, and he's not taking no for an answer. Here's the problem. The Republicans did pass their bill, and now they're not budging. And if neither side budges, because this is the ultimate game of chicken, if neither side budges, the consequences will be dire. I'm going to explain to you what could happen after the jump, but I want one Republican representative, Representative Steele, to go ahead and explain to you what's happening.
Voted against reducing America's debt, keeping us reliant on China. Instead of negotiating common sense solutions, they're putting the American economy in crisis. Shame on liberals in Congress.
Republicans doubling down on that debt limit vote with a new ad. Not one House Democrat voted for it, and the president continues to take heat from Senate Democrat Joe Manchin for refusing to sit down and talk about it. Does another Joe, as in Joe Lieberman, agree the president is making a mistake? Well, we're going to get a chance to ask him in just a minute, but first to Wisconsin Republican Congressman Brian Steele, who helped pass this bill. By the way, great ad. I thought it was straightforward. Listen, we're giving up energy independence to rely on China for the next several hundred years. But it gets to the point that it always feels like ultimately this is a game of who's going to win public opinion. And the jockeying for the PR angle gets to the point where I think the average American gets worried that we'll end up having some sort of 2011 sort of situation where the market swoons, maybe our credit rating is up for discussion. Do you see it possibly going that far?
Well, here's the concern. The president's position of my way or the highway is incredibly dangerous and reckless. The president needs to come to the table and negotiate with Republicans. We passed a reasonable, sensible piece of legislation that limits the growth of our government, saves taxpayer money, grows the economy. It's time for the president to take his head out of the sand and come and negotiate with Republicans here in the House. Failure to do so is dangerous and reckless.
You know, Representative Steele, I agree 1,000%. I'm looking at this, and I know we're not going to negotiate on air here, but feels like part of this plan is you've got some low-hanging fruit for compromise. All right, maybe it won't be 87,000 agents. Maybe the Supreme Court blocks the student loan thing anyway. The work requirements, the fossil fuel boost, clawback COVID money. Will this go down to the last minute? Is Senator Manchin alone enough pressure on the Democratic side to get the White House to reconsider now?
Well, here's what's so unbelievable is the president can't find $1 of savings. We have unspent COVID money. The COVID pandemic is over. Let's claw that money back. Under the Democrats, they put forward millions of dollars on a green new energy deal. Much of that money is going to companies in China. Let's claw that money back. The fact that the president can't find $1 of savings is abysmal. I think the president needs to come and negotiate. They don't have the votes in the Senate for a clean debt ceiling vote. The American people need to realize that the president playing politics is reckless, it's dangerous, it puts the economy at risk. He needs to change course immediately.
So like he said, it is reckless and dangerous, and the Republicans have made a move now. They've said, hey, we'll raise the debt ceiling. Here are our conditions. You know, the Democrats keep arguing about the debt ceiling every time it comes up, and they say, well, we're willing to negotiate the budget, but we can't risk the full faith and credit of the United States because of the debt ceiling, blah, blah, blah. And so every time we pass it, and every time nothing ever gets changed in the budget, and then every time they pull the same excuse, well, you're risking the full faith and credit. No, you're risking the full faith and credit. At some point, before I keep raising your credit card limit, we have to have a talk about your spending habits. This is just like you would have a talk with your children. We have to talk about your spending habits before I increase your allowance. You keep asking me to increase the allowance because you're worried about your credit, but you're not stopping your spending. You want to send billions to Ukraine. You want to send money for all these pet projects. You want to spend, and then come to us once a year and ask us to raise your credit limit. It has to stop. It must stop. And this is the time to do it, because without the hammer of the debt ceiling, without that as a cudgel to negotiate, the Republicans have no power to negotiate this. And they know it. That's why they're using this. So good on Kevin McCarthy. Good on Representative Steele. Good on the Republicans for doing exactly what they should be doing in this situation. Folks, again, I'm Carmine Sabia. This is Explain America. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.